Hi, I'm actually making a video for once. I have actually gone to university, hence why everything looks different. Yeah, it turns out I'm not very good at being an adult by myself, but I'm still alive. I am cooking for myself. But I realised something whilst I was sitting down at my PC. A lot of you have been asking questions about kind of what paper do I use, what sketchbooks do I use, what your choices should be, and of course I can't make your choices for you, but hopefully through this video I should be able to give you a little bit of advice. And although I have replied to the majority of comments, in case any of you have the exact same questions or you have any more questions that you want to pop down in the comments, then I'll answer those, because at the moment I'm not that busy. First question from InnerBeauty99. She says, I'm thinking about doing A-level art because I want the option to go to uni to study art. Fair enough. However, my main job idea is now psychology. Plan is to study physics, maths and Spanish. Dedication to do maths, by the way. If you manage to keep doing that through to the second year, I commend you. But was wondering if I would be too much to handle. Now, taking 4 subjects anyway, a lot of people drop one in at the end of the first year and then carry on 3 subjects. So you could take your 4th subject as art, and then if you felt that the workload was too much, then you can drop it in at the end of the first year or the beginning of the second year, and you'd still get an AS from that. I'm not sure whether some schools allow this. I know mine definitely did. Or you can pick it up in the second year and then just do it as an AS from that. If you only want to do, say, language as an AS, then you can also do that and then pick up art. And what they teach you in art in school, in 6th form, is very different to how they teach it at university. At school, they're kind of just looking for you to get the marks, whereas at university, they're like, explore your individuality, your faults will make you. At least that's what we do in animation, and so you could always do that. Next question from Christina Plummer. I'm doing GCSEs now, going into my final year until I finish. I'm on track to get an A/B, but I don't know whether to carry on with art or start art graphics because I want to become a graphic designer. Now, art graphics is more specified to graphic design, so that will help you. Fine art is more portraiture and also studying contemporary art, like what you find in the Tate Museum in London. It depends what type of artist you are. If you like artwork that has a lot of meaning behind it, then choose fine art, and I'm sure graphic designers looking for a graphic designer job they'll probably still hire you because you have that artistic background. But if you're 100% sure that you want to focus on being a graphic designer, then you can go to university or do a foundation course in art graphics and test it out, and if you don't like it, then you can always change your mind. You have the choice to change your mind every step of the way. Don't feel once you've chosen something you have to stick at it, because if you have that frame of mind, then you're going to end up hating what you're doing, and that's never a good thing. Okay, next question is, are there any tips on how to get marks and express your art and ideas well? Could you do a video on your experience and what it's like? I'm doing a video now. It's been a while, but a good way to express your ideas, if you find it very difficult to express yourself through words, then just express it through colour and the shapes and the flow of your drawings. That is the best way to do it. If you're finding that you are kind of churning out the same things over and over and over again, and your teachers are telling you this, then I would recommend going onto Pinterest or Tumblr and finding some pictures and make lots and lots of mood boards. Mood boards are going to be your saviour, and then also mood boards with primary imagery that you've taken yourself, not just secondary imagery. And then also hopefully that will help you out a lot more. I use a Sony 5N, which I used for the filming of Sketch. I also used a 50mm camera lens and also a regular 55mm camera lens. I also use Final Cut Pro to edit, but nowadays currently I'm using Adobe Premiere to edit the majority of my stuff. With this film, I will probably slap my hand for saying this. I will probably use iMovie to edit this because it's an easy mini video just to add some jump cuts and it's nothing fancy. So yeah, I use everything. Do you have to write a lot? For A-level art, yeah, you do have to write a lot. At the end of the second year, in both my textiles and my A-level art, I had to write a 3,000 word essay for both, which now thinking about it doesn't sound like much, but at the time it was a struggle because I kind of left it till the end of the year and it was a lot to write and churn out, and I'm not a particularly good person with English, especially writing. I can't really explain myself well through words, and so it gets kind of difficult, but of course your teacher's always there to help you and they will re-evaluate your work over and over again as many times as you want to make sure that it will get the grade that you deserve. And also within the sketchbooks you will have to explain. There has to be a balance between your drawings and your explanation of what you're doing, otherwise the examiner's not going to have a clue where you're going unless you have like 2 A3 sketchbooks full to the brim of visual explorations all the way through that can explain all of your journey that you don't need through words. What size and what type of paper do you use? I tend to stay away from paper chase sketchbooks, like the Pink Pig sketchbooks for art, only because I tend to think that paper is a bit too bumpy. Some people like that, but I prefer a smoother texture of paper. But I always work A3, especially for A-level art and A-level textiles. Although in the second year of textiles I moved to A4 because I felt that gave it a nicer feeling, whereas with A-level art you need that extra room for larger drawings, and then you can also have A4 and A5 drawings in that. If you just have an A4 sketchbook for A-level art, you're not going to get much leeway and exploration into that, whereas A3 or even A2, if you want to stretch that far, is good, but sometimes you might have a bit too much space and then it would make your sketchbook feel a bit empty. Depends how much exploration you want to do, really. And that is it. Yes, I finally did a video in like, how long has it been? Ages. I'll try and keep you updated. Of course I don't have much visual stuff to show you guys because I'm on animation course, but if you guys want me to do any animation tutorials, like the basics in animation, then I can show you that. If you guys want to see any of my sketchbooks, or if you want to know how I got 2 unconditional offers for university, go me. If you want to understand how you can get offers and unconditional offers from university, then I can also show you my portfolio and what I did to, you know, get people to like me. Give this video a thumbs up, share it around if you want to, give me a subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.